Can I open this in front of you, Steve?
Yeah, please. I'd like to see what's in there.
I hope you're rolling, Aristotle.
Yeah.
I mean, this is Steve. First of all, look at this. That's real glass.
That's awesome.
Whoa!
Looks delicious.
Real. I didn't know it was gonna break like that, to be honest.
Doritos, flaming Doritos. Ooh.
Takis? Oh, I get it. Very nice.
Get it? Everything's on
Flames,
fire.
Everything's
I
on
get
fire.
it. Yeah, yeah.
Fire. Oh, yeah. Okay. Hot tamales. Wow, this is fantastic.
Bro,
Why don't I have one of those things?
I will send this out to
Nice.
Red Hots. Red Hots.
I'm telling you, I can't tell you how much of a fan I am of yours, Steve. I told you that in person. You're not only a nice person, but man, you're one of the funniest guys in Hollywood, hands down, dude.
Stop it.
Tacoma,
Stop it. Thank you.
Tacoma FD is so funny. And the stuff you guys get away with on truTV, I'm so happy you're over there because it's funny.
We can do whatever we want over there.
Yeah, you can do whatever you want, honestly. I love the fact that, do you think like now, see, I'm sorry, man, we just jumped right into this, huh, Trey?
Are
Sorry.
we still waiting?
Yeah.
Are we waiting for Kevin?
No, no.
I don't know. I
Go.
can text him and see. He'll be here. Kevin's always like 4 minutes late. That's just like,
Hey,
There he
Steve.
is.
Oh, there's Kevin. Oh
There we
my
go. I'm gonna
God.
back out so you four can go.
How lucky
fine,
are we
guys.
to have Kevin here too? What's up, Kevin?
Oh, he's connecting his audio.
Oh, he's
I got it. I got it. Can you guys hear me?
Yes, I can.
There we go.
Talking.
Kevin.
Yes.
Hi.
What's up, man?
What's up? I
Congratulations.
see Aristotle
man.
Acevedo's name there too. Where's Aristotle Acevedo?
Yeah,
He's a
he's
friend of ours.
He's like a
Hi,
behind the
Stotts.
scenes.
Hi, Stotts.
He
How are
he
you?
looks like Andrew Ridgely from Wham.
That's funny. We haven't seen
It's a
him
great
since Wham
reference.
broke up.
There he is.
He made a comeback via podcast.
Dude, Andrew Ridgely is a podcast producer now.
Yeah. Kevin, thank you so much, man, for coming on, bro.
You got it. I mean, we're all hanging out in our living rooms now, right? So it's okay.
I was gonna wear my mask during this, but I feel like I can be close with you guys via internet.
Sure. No, my son said to me today when we were walking around the house, he's like, "Should we wear our masks in front of each other?" I was like, "I think we're all right. I think we'll be all right."
Yeah.
I was showing Steve the promo box.
Oh, nice. Okay.
Yeah,
I've
man.
never seen that.
See?
Neither
Never
has
seen
Steve.
it either.
Holy crap! They put stuff in that thing. You get
Yeah, they
little
put
prizes?
they put all the
Cracker
all
Jacks?
the hot stuff, all the hot stuff to go with Tacoma FD, man. Congratulations! It's season what,
Thank
2?
you.
Season
Yeah,
2.
season
yeah.
2.
Man,
We made it. We made it under the wire.
I told I was supposed to have a show on truTV. I got nixed real quick right
Right.
after the upfronts, but I'm glad Tacoma FD went through. That was your favorite show. I keep telling you guys that it's the best show on TV. It's my favorite thing to watch, man. You guys,
Thanks,
you
man.
guys are killing it. And of course, Jamie Kaler's on there too. He's killing it.
Oh man,
And
big-headed Irishman, that guy.
Yeah,
now we have 2. Kev. Now there's 2 of them on the show.
This one.
That's
yeah.
one. And there's
Do you
And then
feel
we-
like? Do you feel like now's the time? Well, now is the perfect time for your style of comedy to make it on TV? Because way back in the day, don't you feel like Broken Lizard was kind of like ahead of its time? Like I felt like the comedy you were doing was it just needed a little bit more time to catch up with everybody else. Does that make
Yeah, I
sense?
mean, also I think the part of the problem, I guess, we're a little bit rated R in the sense of,
Yeah,
the movies we had, it was hard to put some of this stuff on TV. I think.
exactly.
Now, I think TV, yes, it definitely has caught up. I think, and so I think it's lending itself pretty well. I mean, we still get into trouble a little bit here and there, but
Yeah.
for the most part, you can do a lot of stuff on TV these days.
Well, it's funny because I was talking to a friend of mine who actually, after watching Tacoma FD, kind of said that like he thought Broken Lizard was always better suited for TV than the movies because with the movies it was always stories about 5 guys and we would have equal roles. And so we were kind of limited in what we could do, you know, whereas like, if you look at like an Apatow movie, it's about one guy. Yeah, it's a group of friends, but it's about one guy and one story. And that was, I think, just in Hollywood terms, it was easier to market, you know, the concept, the one-line concept of what that movie is. Yeah. But on TV, obviously, you always have ensemble casts. And so, you know, maybe it's, you know, maybe there's something there. I don't know. I certainly have enjoyed writing and acting TV a lot.
Yeah, you guys are the transition is amazing, and I always felt that way about Broken Lizard. I felt like you know, Kids in the Hall and Broken Lizard. I felt like you guys are just a little ahead of your time, and I feel like now it's just that perfect time for something like this to be on TV. And thank God for the quarantine, because everybody's watching it.
I know. And that's the other thing too. I think the ensemble comedies they create more of a feeling of like you're hanging out around with a group of friends in like a living room, having some laughs. Yeah. Which I think is what we try to go for in the show, but it just seems to be the right time for that kind of a feel too. You know, people want to hang out with other people.
When was Broken Lizard put together? Is it you and Kevin, Steve? Like you guys kind of created the whole thing, or was it a group?
Actually, we started in college. Yeah, troupe. Although we've, you know, for our entire careers, we've tried to tell people not to call us a troupe, because you know, groups have groupies and troops have troupies, and you know,
so it's just two friends. Was that it?
No, actually, we started in college. We went to Colgate University together, and it was actually Kevin and Jay who were going to start a sketch comedy group, and the school made them hold auditions. Like otherwise it was like a secret club or something like that.
Yeah. And
so I auditioned for it, and Kevin didn't like me.
That's great.
My audition was so solid that Jay was like, come on, we can get him, you know, we can get this guy. It'll be great. You'll bury the hatchet. And Kevin reluctantly agreed to let me into the group. And then, you know, we wrote a sketch together, which was very popular. And I think that was the basis of the beginnings of our friendship. But the original group was 14 people in college, and it was called Charred Goose Beak. And then Charred Goose Beak.
Makes no sense. It makes no sense.
And Broken Lizard does.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Well, we started in New York City, and we were performing at a place called the Duplex down at Christopher Street, Sheridan Square, which was basically like a cabaret piano club downstairs, and then like basically an open mic, right? 2-drink minimum stand-up room upstairs. And so our backstage was a stairwell, and there were 9 of us in that group. And capitalism is what got us. Like we were signed for 3 like Monday nights.
Yeah.
We were 22 years old. All of our recently graduated college friends showed up, and we sold the place out. And then our friends drank so much beer. They drank all the beer in the bar. And at the end of the show, the tables were littered with empty beer bottles. And we were signed on to do 4 Saturdays after that. So we had Mondays and Saturdays. After our second show, they signed us to do the whole summer. And after our third show, I think they signed us to a 2-year contract. So we had an understanding of the way that the system worked.
Yeah. It's if you fill the seats, you get booked.
Sell the beer.
No, but you guys were killing it though. But what's crazy is right out of college, you guys decided this is it. This is what you guys wanted to do.
Well, I think we all had other jobs for a while, you know, and people waited tables and all that kind of stuff. But I think we just decided we'd like to do this kind of stuff. And we tried to get a sketch comedy show for a while. We tried to do a bunch of things, and then we ended up, you know, one of the guys, Jay Chandrasekhar, was kind of into the independent film world, and so we decided to go in that route. Yeah. And we put together money, and we shot our own movie, and we brought.
Was that Super Trooper?
No, it was called Puddle Cruiser, and also a ridiculous name. But it was about it was just a college like romantic comedy. It had a bunch of college stories about a bunch of buddies at college, and we raised like $250,000, and we shot it up at our school.
You have it.
There's no cheerleader in the movie. The Fox put it on the cover.
Yeah, this would have you believe the movie was like at a West Coast college with cheerleaders. In fact, it's not. We shot it.
Well, Well,
Yeah.
frankly, with the cheerleader on the front, the puddle cruiser has a completely different meaning.
Yeah.
It absolutely does, right? That's what we told them.
What that movie cost you $250,000 to produce, and
Yeah,
you
we shot
guys
it for
raised the money,
250.
and you guys shot it.
Yeah, Jay had taken some film courses at NYU, and we put together a crew, and everyone maxed out their credit cards. And we raised about $250,000 from friends and family and credit cards. And we went and shot this thing for a month. And our old school let us shoot there. So we went up and shot there for a month. And that became our calling card, really.
So, Kevin, when you shot that, did you already have a buyer in place, or this was just literally to shoot and then you would sell it?
No, it was there was no buyer in place. And it was really in that heyday of like when Kevin Smith made Clerks, and it was when those guys were making those low budget movies, and we did it. And then we went around the festival circuit, and we had a bunch of buyers here and there, and things would fall through. And ultimately, I think we never really sold it, but it got us to make Super Troopers. That was the whole point. That
someone
that
saw
was the
that,
calling card.
And the Super Trooper, that's when you guys received the budget, right?
Well, the budget for Super Troopers, it's such a long story, but the bottom line is one of our friends from college, her dad was a retired banker, and he wanted to get into independent film. That's just what was happening in the late 90s. And he asked her, do you know anybody who's done anything like this? I just want to ask some questions because I have no idea. And so she put him in touch with a friend of ours who was one of the cameramen on Puddle Cruiser, who we also went to college with. And he met with our producer, and he watched Puddle Cruiser, and he said, I've never even read a script. I don't even know what a script looks like. And our producer gave him the script for Super Troopers, and he came back and he was like, who's making this movie? And our producer was like, you can be.
That's great.
Wow.
So he gave us $1 million. Now there are a million. There are so many.
You got $1 million for that?
Yeah.
That's how much it costs that's how much it costs to make Super Trooper.
$1.25 million.
Yeah.
Wow, dude, that's so cool, bro.
Yeah.
That's so cool. And that was 90?
That was we shot in 2000, and we brought it to Sundance in 2001, and then it came out in the theaters in 2002.
Yeah,
and it cost you $1.25 million.
Yeah, 1.2. Yeah.
That's so crazy, man. There was big stunts in that too.
Yeah, there's a bunch of stuff in there. I mean, we put
you guys were flipping cars and everything, man.
We put some value on the screen at least. Good.
I'm just saying, like that's so impressive, man. A lot of people, I hate saying it like bringing it back to me, but it's like that's what you got to do, dude. Like my first special, I shot it. You know what I mean? I had to come out of my pocket and shoot that. No one gave me the budget for that, and then things start to happen. But it's like sometimes you hear these people always, oh, when am I going to get a movie? It's like, well, fuck, man. Broken Lizard made their movies. That's how they got their movies. The second one was a banker that was retired. It's like, It's like they made their movies, and that's why they have something like Tacoma FD that's on truTV now. It's because they cleared the path themselves. They made it themselves. I didn't mean to get all hyper, but
no. I mean,
cool. I didn't know that about you guys.
The thing is now it's like anybody can do it. Back then,
even harder.
This was what YouTube was, or this is what this was the version of the only way to get your stuff out there was actually to try to raise money to make a film. Otherwise, I mean, the internet was just beginning, and
right.
And our live show was, had some videos in it. I mean, that's how you got people to see you. Did a live show,
Did that investor, the banker, did he continue in the film business, or?
Only with us. He made another movie, but he was an investor then in Super Troopers 2 also.
Okay.
So
nice.
He did Super Troopers 1. He made money. Beer Fest was a studio movie, so he wasn't involved in it. And then we made a movie called The Slam and Salmon that he bankrolled. And then in Super Troopers 2, he got into it. So
got it.
Nice.
Got it.
He's done all right. He's done.
No, that's nice. That's great, man.
He's got our firstborn child.
Super Trooper was such a cult classic, man. Was the popularity from the video sales? Is that when it popped off for you guys? Because I don't remember it being in the theaters.
It was in the theaters. It came out, I think it made
briefly.
for a few weeks, but it made $18 million, and for 1 million, and for what Searchlight bought it for 3.25 at Sundance.
That's so
And
sick.
they were very happy with that. And, in fact, that got us the green light for our next movie, Club Dread. But then, it was like a couple of years, and it was DVD being passed around.
Yeah, that's when it blew up.
And then it blew up. And then it blew up.
That's so cool, man. It's a cult classic to this day. That's got to feel good.
It holds up. It holds up.
It does. I love that movie. I love everything you guys do.
Yeah, it's crazy. Yeah.
How do you like this season of Tacoma FD so far?
It's been great. It's been a little weird because of the putting it together. We shot it and we got it all shot before the end of the year, and then we edited like the first 4 or 5 episodes, and then all this stuff hit, and it's become very weird to try to get it out there. But I mean, we just love doing TV. It's like something we've tried to do for many years. Never got the opportunity. Finally got the opportunity, and you realize that there's so much material that you can throw out there. It's kind of like doing stand-up. Like when we started doing stand-up too, it's like movies are very precious. Like you have to do every line, and it's only 100 minutes long or whatever it is. But TV, you can try out your jokes, and you try out your jokes, and you see what works and see what doesn't work, and it just seems like there's more material you can throw out to the world on TV.
Are you guys using the same guys to help write Tacoma FD? Or is it you two, and then you bring in some people to punch it up for you?
A little bit. Like Broken Lizard is just the 5 of us who write those movies, and so this we have a Kevin and I wrote the pilot and then shot that. Well, we greenlit, then we got a writing staff, and we got one of the Broken Lizard guys, Paul Soder, to be on our staff, and then we have a bunch of other writers. And so
but it's basically you and Kevin still, Steve. But that really,
we're the showrunners. So it's like we actually come with what we think the season should be, and that's
nice.
It's the beauty of TV. If you're like, oh yeah, Kevin hates the way how loud I chew gum. Why don't we make that a B plot? His character's annoyed with me for chewing gum, and you're like, God, I love TV. This is what TV is. I love it. Great. What else can we do? No? And then we separate it to A plots, B plots, C plots, and we kind of map it out and then present that to the writers, and then we start to riff. And obviously, this season we have 13 episodes, and so we have great writers, including one of our Broken Lizard guys, and it's like, people whose sensibility we trust. Yeah. And we just riff, and it's my favorite part. It's one of my favorite parts of the creative process, is just the raw stuff.
Best part of writing.
And then, ultimately Kevin and I are, sometimes you just have to say, like, what, I choose this. This one's better. Like the writers, no one can decide. And you're like, ultimately we're the ones holding the bag. And so the final decisions are ours. And then we'll do, a private polish on these things and make it totally ours,
Yeah.
Joe, do you ever write with other people, or do you only write by yourself?
Only write by myself.
Yeah.
But when it comes to like I got this movie that I'm writing right now, and that I had to take on some people. Yeah. So I got a great writing team for that. And then but yeah,
it feels you need them to help. Like for us, it helps us motivate. Like I feel like when I'm writing by myself, a lot of times it's harder to self-start is when somebody calls you up, it's like, hey, let's do this, man.
Yeah. Is it okay? One more Broken Lizard question, and I'm done. All right, Steve?
Yeah.
So Broken Lizard is still the group that writes the movies, the Super Trooper, the Beer Fest. Now you got Tacoma FD, and it's specifically Steve and Kevin. Now, is that a separate writing group? Is that something? Is that 2 different things? You and Kevin?
Yeah.
Starting off to do TV.
Yeah, well, because what happened was there was a while before Super Troopers 2, between Slam and Salmon and Super Troopers 2, where frankly, Broken Lizard, we couldn't get anything made. The only thing we could get made ultimately was Super Troopers 2, and we could only do that with a crowdfunding campaign. And so Kevin and I were touring around doing live stand-up shows. And in that time, it's just, the 2 of us in different cities each weekend from, Thursday to Sunday. Of course, the 2 of us sold 14 different TV projects over the course of like 9 years or something like that. Literally could not get any one of them made. Finally, we shot a pilot at one point, but then it was this idea, and we timed it with Super Troopers 2 coming out. As you know, it's a business, and the power of that movie coming out enabled us to get a green light on this, and we made a good pilot, and so on and so forth. But so we've been, just by virtue of doing this stand-up touring, we were just alone with each other, just creating tons of material and trying to get this going. So, but we're working on Super Troopers 3 now, and we've got another movie with Fox Searchlight that
Cool.
we're shoot. So,
And that's going to be you and Kevin again.
no, that's all Broken Lizard.
Oh, that's all Broken Lizard. Sweet, man.
Yeah.
I
Nice.
love it when you guys are together. You guys
Yeah.
kill it.
Thanks. By the way, now Joe, we've been talking about Broken Lizard. Congratulations to you, because like, you know, my wife and I, we would watch like Chelsea Lately, and so, you know, like a decade ago, we'd see you coming up, and now you just sold out 2 shows at the LA Forum.
That was nuts.
You know, it's funny because we only met last year,
Yeah.
and it's cool because like I feel like I've known you for a decade, and like your victory is a victory for all of us who do this stuff. You know, it's awesome to see. Congrats, dude.
Thank you, man. No, it's that's why I didn't know that you guys, when you said 250,000 to shoot, no, 250,000 to shoot. What was the name of that?
Puddle Cruiser, yeah.
Puddle, like that's so crazy that's back in the day. I don't even know what kind of cameras they used in '99.
Big ones, really big ones.
They were the big ones, right? Like your budget was so tight, right?
Yeah.
Like, yo, and that's great. And then you guys made the movie, and then and now it's, you know, here we are, what, 20 years later, and you got this TV show. It's so beautiful to see stuff like that happen, man. And it's like you know, when people ask how do you do it, it's like, man, it's right in front of you. You know what I mean? Use your resources. A lot of people don't like using fund-mes or whatever, or getting people to, what is it when you raise the money or capital to put, like a lot of people are like
crowdfunding. Yeah.
I don't want to do that. That's going to make it look at, it's like, dude, do whatever it takes to get it out there. Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, that's
Sure.
kind of, we had stalled getting the Super Trooper sequel made. And so a lot of people said to us, your fans are so grassroots, you know, you're so grassroots. Go right to them, you know?
Yeah. It feels good, right?
Yeah, it's shocking. It's great. Cause like we launched the campaign to do Super Troopers 2. You have no idea what the response is going to be. And then, you know, within 24 hours, we had so much outpouring of fan support. It was humbling, you know?
Yeah, man. That's why it's so cool. So thank you, Steve, man. I wish you would have came to that show.
I know.
Man, that was incredible, man. I got, you know, and now with this, you know, this pandemic, I had to move so many shows into the fall, but my next one that I was getting ready to play was Radio City Music Hall.
Oh man.
And that kills me,
great.
man. Kills me. But you guys have
Did
to
you
come.
rebook it? Did you
Yeah,
rebook it?
we moved it to September. So
Good.
I'll come. I wanted to come to this, I told you, but it was like, then there were people coming to town,
yeah.
and I couldn't move it. And then I think also, I mean, our post-production schedule now is out of control.
Really?
Yeah. I mean, it's like we're
Nonstop.
watching all the footage for the TV show, and each week we're delivering a new episode, you know?
Jeez, man. Do you sit in the editing bay or do you trust your guys?
We sit in the editing bay.
You sit in there, Kevin?
Yeah, I mean, it's part of like coming up and making your own movies. You know, we edited our first movies, and we were the guys pressing the buttons back then, and now we have guys, you know, who are editors, but you have that bug of sitting in there and trying to. Yeah, it's a great place to craft a joke. You know, it's a great place to figure out pacing. You know what I mean? And you know, it's something that we love to do. So, I just did another special for Netflix, and it's a variety show concept that I wanted to bring the whole crew from America to the Philippines and shoot a show. So everybody in it is Filipino. Everything about it is Filipino. And once again, even during what's happening right now, I have to sit and watch the editing process. Like I can't let someone else edit it. Sure. I'm literally like, in fact, last night I was watching it again, typing in my notes and my time codes and what angles. I have to do it, man. I can't. Do you have an editor though that you work with regularly, or?
Yeah, we got this editor, but it's but still, man, I go in there, I cut that shit. It's fun. It's like a puzzle, man. It's like I have to do it. It's like I can't sit there. My first special, I let them edit it, and I was so mad. Yeah. And then they were like, "Well, why didn't you sit in the editing bay?" I was like, "I didn't know that was an option." Yeah. So now I know. But now that you guys are, you know, this is way bigger demand. So I could just imagine how many hours you guys are putting in on this TV show.
You know, it's like the creative process never ends.
Yeah.
So it's like even like Kevin and I make sure we watch every frame of footage. And I learned that from Kevin. You know, Kevin edited all the Broken Lizard movies, and I would come and watch the rough cut, you know, watch the second cut, but he was in there doing it. And so he learned this from our first movie and our second movie.
That's cool.
Trooper Troopers, all the movies, like especially those early ones where with Puddle Cruise, you get 1 or 2 takes. And it's like you're looking for anything even before the slate or after they call cut, one of the actors says something funny before they turn the camera off, and you're like, there it is. That's the thing we can use over here, you know, maybe not even in the scene. And so it's like, I learned that from Kevin, and as painful as it is, you watch all the footage, and it's like sometimes on the very last take when the people are just absolutely fucking around, somebody will say something, and you've been looking at the scene, and you're like, how can we make this better? And you're like, boom, there it is.
Yeah.
Right there. Right. And it's not scripted, and the editors have a program that only gives them the scripted lines, and so they can't find that, and it's only us finding those things. And it's like you got one more joke, and one more joke is so valuable in comedy. And then
so true.
Yeah.
Do you like the cast? Because I love your cast.
Yeah, they're fantastic. Like, it's always a crapshoot, you know. Like, you know, we cast these guys and we didn't know them, and
none of them?
No, we didn't.
Wow.
Obviously, we come from a world where we work with an ensemble of people that we work with for years, you know.
Right.
So we just brought in a whole new group of people, and you know, the goal was to have people who are good comedy generators and improvisers and stuff, but to get chemistry is a unique thing, and so I think it was really nice to get that.
The chemistry's there, and most importantly, you have a Filipino on the cast, so already I'm biased. I'm biased.
I know it.
I love it.
You're going to come play his brother at some point, right? Is that what we're talking about?
Coming in. Yes, let's go. Get me on.
Season 3. No, it's funny because like
Eugene Cordero,
like when we auditioned him, we were like, they told us flat out, they're like, this guy's really funny, and it's just people are afraid to take a chance on him. Yeah, they just don't necessarily get his sense of humor, and we got it. We were like, we love this guy. I think he was one of the first 2 guys. We were just like, we've got to have this guy. Like, he just we can tell we can write for this guy and that he'll be awesome. And
he's perfect.
Oh, he does. Yeah. He drills it. He drills it.
Everyone drills it, man. I hate to keep kissing your ass, man, but I'm just, I told you this in New York. I'm such a fan of this show, and I feel like this is the kind of, this is the style of show that I've always wanted for TV. That's why when you guys got on, I was like, oh, they nailed it, man. You guys nailed it. It's like you guys are getting, it's like everything you guys wanted to do in the movies, and it's on TV, and it's perfect. Yeah. And you guys are writing it perfectly. So I can't wait for season 3, honestly.
Me too.
You. Yeah.
Can we go on stage together next now?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do one of my shows.
You know, Joe, every time, like, I mean, I'm dying to.
I've asked you 3 times, Steve. I did, Kevin. I texted him 3 times.
I'm sure.
But here's
one show had 14,000 people. I was like, come do it.
Scaredy cat.
I will absolutely do it. The truth of the matter is the moment we started this TV show, season 1, we haven't had a day off. Yeah. And literally, it's like this. Okay, if the pandemic didn't occur, what was good? We started the writers' room in like the first week in June of last year. Yeah. Wrote for 14 weeks until September. Started filming all the way up to Christmas. Wrapped at Christmas, and on June 3rd or whatever the Monday was, we started editing. And then
boo-hoo, Lemmy. Boo-hoo.
Yeah.
Go do a show for 20,000 people.
Yeah, 20,000 people, man. That's all I'm asking.
Joe, I'll open for you at Radio City Music.
Okay. What a shit gig to pick, huh?
That sounds like something I might do.
That's great. Where are you based out of, Kevin?
I'm in LA. We're about 5 miles from each other, Lemmy and I. So.
Oh, that's so cool, man.
Nice.
Yeah, super close. And we built the stages for our show in Lemmy's, neighborhood. So nobody has to leave. Has to go driving very far in LA.
That's so cool, man.
Wow.
Are you guys are in LA?
Studio City, baby.
Studio City.
Okay. Oh, Valley Strong. Here we are.
Here we are, baby. I'm on Laurel Canyon.
Yeah.
We got it
Farther
good right
out.
here.
Woodland Hills area. We're farther out, man.
That's where my son went to school, St. Mel's.
Oh,
Okay.
St. Mel's?
Yep.
Jeez, I'm literally like a minute from St. Mel's.
Wow.
Do you know Heather McDonald from Chelsea Lately? She lives right behind the school.
Oh, really?
Yeah. She's the reason my son got in. She had to beg them to let my son in.
That's awesome. Well, so we shoot Tacoma FD about 2 blocks from there.
That's great.
And
Okay.
it's funny, yeah, like I mean, look, so fortunate. Like every movie we've ever made has been in some other part of the country or
Yeah.
even in another country. And like we somehow got it so that this stage is 5 minutes from both of our houses. Like I could drive to the set and the song, I can only listen to half a song.
That's great.
Yeah. And
Why'd you pick Tacoma?
I don't, you know, we were trying to, we came up with this premise of it being, you know, Super Troopers was a movie where cops kind of screwed around because they had free time on their hands. So we wanted to do that for fire department. And we were thinking about it and we were like, what are we going to do? We said, why don't we put it in the rainiest city in the country?
Yeah.
And then the firefighters would screw around.
Right.
I didn't even think of that. That's so funny.
So we happened to be,
That's
we were
so
doing
funny. So basically your idea was like, it rains all the time.
Yeah.
We don't need a fire department.
No need for the firefighters,
Yeah.
right?
And so we were doing the Tacoma Comedy Club. We were in Tacoma for the weekend.
Yeah.
And it was raining. And,
Yeah.
you know, we were like, why don't we put it in Tacoma? I mean, that's,
Yeah.
you know, here we are.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we did it.
That's great. You know, me and Dre went to high school in Tacoma.
In Tacoma.
Oh,
yeah.
you did?
Yeah.
Okay.
I think that's why I love your show even more. It's like Tacoma FD. Like I'm from Tacoma. I grew up in Tacoma.
So you know about the aroma of Tacoma.
Tacoma
We
aroma,
do.
baby.
Way too well, yeah.
That's when if you're driving from Portland to Seattle, you know you're getting close when you pass Tacoma aroma.
Yeah.
You smell it. When you smell it, you're like, we're about 40 minutes from Seattle.
But you know what's funny about that? Because we were there, we went up there last year to premiere Tacoma FD at a firefighter event.
Yeah.
And we were up there, and that evening, like it was, you know, I think it was in March, and there was a nice breeze. The weather was really nice up there, and the sun was setting, and that's when, you know, the aroma, one of the 2 times of the day when the aroma is strongest.
Yeah.
And it smelled fantastic to me. Like,
Get the fuck out of here, man.
that's the thing. I think you guys, like, you take it for granted or something, and you say it's nasty, but like, to me, it reminds me of being a child. My mom used to have that like powdered yeast, you know, and she'd open the lid and you'd smell the powdered yeast.
Yeah. And then someone shit on that yeast.
Sit on the yeast.
No,
What are you talking about, Steve?
not for me.
The worst smell.
No, I think the aroma of Tacoma smells great.
Oh, that's not.
That's a first. That's the first time I've ever heard that.
That is. How did the fire department take it that you guys were using?
They were tough at first.
They
They
were?
were well, because they found out the premise of the thing was, you know, oh, we're firefighters that don't do much work, you know. So we were doing a show. We were doing a stand-up weekend at Parlor Live up in Bellevue, up in Seattle.
Yep, I know.
And so we were doing a weekend there, and someone came backstage. It was before the show started shooting, and the owner came backstage and he said, "Hey, there's a bunch of Tacoma firefighters out who are at the show, and they want to talk to you." And we were like, "Oh shit!"
That's
And
great.
so we did the show, and we went out afterwards, and we talked to them, and they're like, "Look, guys, I mean, we know we're making this show. We just want to make it clear we are one of the hardest working fire departments in the country, and we don't want you to show us as as ones who are slacking off." And we're like, "We totally get it. We totally get it. We're not going to do that. It's cool." And then the guy was like, "Oh, and by the way, I also am a consultant for television and films," and he gave us his business card and said, "Let me know."
Yeah.
And so, but ultimately, you know, we went up there, we premiered the first season, we met a bunch of the guys, we've become good friends. They've shared stories with us. This season they came down and they were in the show. We did a fireman's ball and they came down and they shot it with us. And so, you know, we've had a great relationship with them. So it's good.
Oh, that's cool, man.
Yeah.
That's really cool.
They're like, the 30 days that it's not raining, we do work. That's what they were saying.
Do you have to pay money for that to use their name to come FD or no?
No, but we just can't show like our logo is slightly altered so that we don't use theirs, but it's okay. And the truth is Kevin was saying our relationship is great. Like we premiered Tacoma FD at a firefighter event up there in Tacoma, and it was fun.
Good.
And we've maintained relationships. They've told us a bunch of stories. In fact, actually, then we did a show in Tacoma at the Tacoma Comedy Club, where it was all for first responders. Come on down, and they came backstage. They presented us with a bedazzled axe that they had made for us, which is now on the wall in the set of Tacoma FD. So season 2, you can see it just on the wall in the break room. It says Tacoma FD. It's a handmade, or hand designed axe that these guys made for us. And so
Dude, that's so cool.
That is cool. That's cool.
Yeah, man. Thanks for putting Tacoma on the map, man. Seriously. I'm serious.
You did before we did. I mean, you did, Joe.
Yeah, whatever. I was so happy when you guys used Tacoma. I was like, that's my hometown, baby. Yes. What's for the future now, Steve?
Well, we're still editing season 2 of Tacoma, and then we're with Broken Lizard. We're going to do Super Troopers 3, and we're going to do another movie called Q with Fox Searchlight, and then we've got a long list of material, a lot of material for season 3 of Tacoma FD. So that's my top priorities right now, and then of course opening for you at Radio City Music Hall.
Kevin, you got to go, man.
I'll go. I'll be there. Sure.
Let's go, man. This will be so much fun.
Yeah,
Dude,
we got to dust off our chops, man. Got to dust off our stand-up a little bit.
What do you guys like more, performing live or doing the, of course, TV and film? Which one?
Yeah, I love doing live. I mean, it's so immediate, and we had such a great time traveling around and doing stand-up for years. But, hey, it's nice getting a TV show,
Yeah,
finally.
of course, man.
Working hard for that, so,
Yeah.
happy about it.
You know how it is. It's just different. It's different. It scratches different itches. Like, it's true. It's like, live performance, there's nothing like that, especially stand-up comedy. You get out there, just you, trying to make a room full of people laugh. And you did it the harder way. Like, you actually came up and had to earn people's trust and had to gain a following.
Yeah, we cheated.
Yeah, we started doing it after the movies. And so for us at the beginning, we were like, it's kind of like a wedding toast a little bit. You're like, oh, they like us already. So, and that's not to say we haven't bombed. We have bombed hard, but it's that live performance thing is phenomenal. And
it is.
It's awesome to make a movie and make a TV show.
So it's always going to be you and Kevin that go live, or sometimes you switch it up and take some of the other guys, or is it sometimes the whole crew, like Broken Lizard? I mean,
for the last 9 years or so, it's been Kevin and me, but we've done a few Broken Lizard shows.
Yeah,
sort of panned out this way. I mean, everybody in Broken Lizard kind of was going off and doing their own thing. But and now we're occupied with Tacoma FD, but Super Troopers 2 did well, and it got us Super Troopers 3 and this other movie Q, and so we'll just have to. It'll be time management, but that's kind of what you strive for in your career is to have multiple projects going.
Yeah.
And so, and this is actually the first time we've ever had this problem come up. So it's a good problem to have for us.
It's a great problem to have. I think the moral of the story today is, sometimes you see somebody and you just hate their face and you don't want them to be your friend. You do whatever it takes to not let them in the group. And then 20 years later, you end up being his best fucking friend and selling shows together.
That's right.
So before you judge anybody.
He's talking to you, Kev.
No, he's talking to Oh, yeah, I'm talking to you, Kevin.
I get it.
That would have been the biggest mistake ever, Kevin, if you didn't let him in.
I know it. I guess I made the right decision. Yeah, man, that's so cool. It's perfect chemistry. You guys are amazing. I can only kiss your ass for so long, Steve. Congratulations on everything, Kevin. Thanks, man.
And continued success. And I cannot wait to share the stage with you guys. And are we going to get to season 5 on Tacoma FD or what?
I hope so.
We, this obviously the problems are much bigger right now than our thing, but like we had to all of our promotion got shut down. We were supposed to go on Jimmy Kimmel. We were supposed to do a thing with the professional wrestling, and it was like that all screeched to a halt. And so it's like we actually had an awesome premiere. Our numbers are up from last year, but we're like, God, we want to make
Yeah.
the show get out to an
Keep
even
making 'em.
bigger audience and
Keep making them, man.
keep making it. We could make 5 seasons easy.
Of
Yeah,
course you can.
for sure.
And I'm gonna help promote it.
Yes.
So it's a wrap, bro. I love you guys. Thank you so much.
Thanks, Joe.
Thanks, we
Thank you,
appreciate
guys.
it.
Steve Lemme.
Thanks.
Kevin, I love you, man.
Thanks, man.
I
Radio
love
City
it.
Music Hall.
Thank
Let's
you.
go.
Fuck yeah. I'm
Broken
there.
Thanks,
Lizard.
guys.
Tacoma FD. Everybody watch it. I love you guys. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you,
Thanks,
Joe.
Joe.
Appreciate
Bye.
it. Thank you.
Bye.
Yeah.